Welcome back to the channel, my brothers and my sisters. Welcome back to the channel. PBK9's Dog TV, Dog News. Give it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased, from one side of the world to the other side of the world. Raw and uncut from one side of the world to the other side of the world. Big shout out and big salute to all the dog lovers out there, from the top to the bottom, from the left to the right, across this globe. You know, it's your boy PBK9 giving it to you like I always do, man. I got some dog news, dog talk for the day. You know, and first thing I want to start this thing off by saying, man, big thank you to all the brothers out there, the sisters out there that may have given me videos in the past, news clippings, you know, any type of news that they feel like I can use for my channel. You know, big thank you to all y'all brothers, you know, and sisters, you know, because I will say, like, even when brothers ain't or aren't donating cash wise, you know, when you send me a video and I can use it, you know, it's supporting the channel, you know, so you know, thank you for supporting the channel, you know what I'm saying? And you know, keep doing what y'all doing. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, you know. It just is what it is out there, you know. Now, I want to talk about the deadly dog attack, you know, the deadly dog attack that I gave y'all about maybe a little less than a year ago. The couple, I want to say it was on the west side somewhere, but I'm not 100% sure, but it's deadly dog attack. So reason why I'm speaking on this, because I'm about to give y'all an update on it if you wasn't familiar with this case that I gave you a while back, because they're going through the sentencing phase right now with the couple, and they say they're facing up to 20 years in prison. But y'all need to check this out. You know, this updating you on what's going on. If you want to see the actual testimony in live court, then, you know, just go to my playlist and you should see the videos down there, you know, in my playlist. But y'all check this out. There's an update on it. Elderly man attacked by dog. As a matter of fact, y'all remember, because this is the incident where the officers was on top of the car. You remember I showed y'all the video a while back where the officers came and the dogs was chasing them and they jumped on top of the car, you know, and the dogs had got hold to the old man in the backyard. And then when the officers got there, he was chasing them around the car. But I'm about to show y'all this video real quick and you'll remember what I'm talking about. And the ones who haven't seen it before, you know, just get updated what's going on. You know, PBK9's Dog Talker News. Let's get into it.
It was described as a horrific scene on February 24th, 2023. Just before 2 p.m. on Depla Street off of Highway 90 in Couples Road, 81-year-old Ramon Nájera and his wife were getting out of their car to visit a friend when 3 loose dogs attacked them. Neighbors tried to help. When firefighters arrived, they found Nájera being dragged by one of the dogs. Firefighters had to fight them off with pickaxes and pike poles so they could treat the victims.
This is not something normal for us. We usually don't show up and have to defend patients from animals or ourselves.
The dogs also attacked Nájera's wife, bit a fire captain in the leg, and another person in the hand.
Horrific scene, horrific for the people that experienced this, and again, horrific for our firefighters that were a part of this.
Nájera later died of his injuries. The 3 dogs were detained and euthanized. Their owners, Christian Moreno and Abilene Schneider, were later arrested and charged with dangerous dog attack resulting in death and injury to the elderly. The fallout from this tragedy continued in the days after, as Animal Care Services said the 3 dogs had previously been impounded by the shelter for another attack, and that the animal shelter had received calls over the last 2 years from neighbors regarding the dogs. It was also revealed that San Antonio police had been called to Moreno and Schneider's home more than 100 times in 2 years for different types of disturbances. As the case went through the criminal justice system, after the 2 were indicted, the defense shifted blame to ACS. In a hearing in February, the defense filed a motion to have charges dismissed because the dogs had a history of aggression.
These 2 killing machines had a history. They just weren't convinced enough that they were going to begin the process of determining through a hearing that they were determined officially, I guess, dangerous. And that is the problem here.
The hearing revealed that the dogs had twice been investigated, once in 2021 and again just a month before the deadly attack after they bit someone in the knee and shoulder. ACS explained the bite was considered moderate, and legally they had to return the dogs to their owners after 10 days. That same hearing resumed in April, and Schneider took the stand to explain that ACS had the dogs spayed and neutered and only required to pay a $200 fee to get them out and gave no further instruction.
I asked every person I spoke to that day, what else do I need to do? And they didn't tell me nothing.
Judge Velia Mesa ruled on the motion in August and denied it, which meant the case would be heading to trial. But the week a jury was to be picked, the couple unexpectedly pleaded guilty. So what's next? The punishment phase begins September 9th, and just like a trial, each side will put up witnesses. Judge Mesa will be the one to decide punishment. Some of those witnesses we can probably expect: Nájera's wife Juanita, first responders, eyewitnesses, and ACS employees. KSAT will be live streaming the punishment phase on all our platforms. Testimony is expected to last all week, and then sentencing will then take place on September 20th. The defendants are asking for probation, but the state is asking for 20 years in prison. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Now I want to send a big shout out to the brother Samurai Kennel. This morning I was checking your video out. I wasn't on the live feed, big homie. You know, I was checking the replay out. Hey, boy, that desert look good out there, man. That desert look good out there. Look, when I say good, I mean like far as just open area, you're by yourself, nobody, you don't got to worry about nobody, you know. Of course, there might be people out there living out there somewhere, you know, but it's basically like going, you know, you from the country, it's basically like going in the woods and you know you just out there by yourself. You know what I'm saying? But great video this morning, man. You touched on some great points. You know, but right now I want to speak on why I don't ride off my ped. And this has nothing to do with, you know, that brother video, because I'm talking about some whole different subject right now. You know, I just wanted to tell him, great video from this morning. So a lot of y'all ding bangs and whatever y'all be, don't get it confused and go say, oh, I'm doing this. No. Big salute to that brother. You know, let's move it on. Why I don't ride off my ped? You know, why I don't ride off my ped to try to sell my dogs? I can easily say, oh, these are walk dogs, these are walk dogs, these are walk dogs, these are walk dogs. You know, because to me, it's all about making your own name. You know what I'm saying? It's all about making your own name. Yeah, a lot of y'all young brothers my age, you want to ride off that Big John kennel name forever. You know, that's not what I wasn't trying to do that from day one. And that's why I try to preach to y'all brothers. And I can't help if you know, you're not trying to build your kennel name. You know, I can't help that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and that's why I don't ride on my peds. You know, got peds that a lot of brothers will love. Peds that a lot of brothers talk trash about. You know, but at the same time, I know for a fact, if I was trying to be a puppy peddler, you know what I'm saying, I could just throw my peds out there on either side. You know, on the hog side or the Big John side. I can just throw my peds out there and just try to peddle that and not even worry about what you see with the dogs. You know, you don't even got to see the dogs, just see the puppies at the end of the day, you know. But when it come to me, man, you know, I'm about making my own name. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I feel like I was in the game back in the 90s to where, okay, now, I'm going to be honest with you. Like I always told brothers, I started my kennel name in 2000. You know, right before I got Bo was when I started my kennel name. I've been bulldogging before that, you know, but my kennel name I started in 2000. Now, I still didn't take it serious enough as I suppose I had took it then. You know, I'm always saying, oh, I got this kind of dog, I got that kind of dog, I got this kind of dog, instead of saying, I got my kind of dog, you know. I had, and I'm not gonna lie, I had possession of a bloodline, you know, but I ruined it and made the wrong decisions. You know what I'm saying? Made the wrong decisions. See, the wrong decisions don't all the time be inside that square. You can make the wrong decisions that can affect the whole situation, you know, and or your whole program. It don't necessarily have to be in that square or make bad decisions. And your bad decision can be just as bad as that dog curring out. You know what I'm saying? Your dog didn't cur out, but you made a bad decision that's just as bad as your dog curring out. So the program is both of y'all or all of y'all together. You know, you gotta use your best judgment to make the best decisions for your program, and don't think fast. You know, thinking fast will always mess you up. You know, at least that's what I found out, you know, from my younger days. You know, thinking fast on certain situations. Sit down and think, you know, think about the future if you're dealing with these dogs, you know. Fast thinking is no place for this dog game in certain times, you know. Maybe in certain other times is good, but you gotta just, you know, you can't rush it. You know what I'm saying? You can't rush it. And like I said, everybody got the same opportunity, man, to put your name out there. You know, y'all brothers, and I know you probably hate hearing me say this over again, but brothers gotta realize and stop letting other brothers tell you what you can do with your dogs. You know? So let me ask you something. If Mr. 216, you know what I'm saying, or Mr. 216 or Big Logic, you know, or one of them boys take their dog, they go to the White House with them, American Pit Bull Terrier, you know, dog named Rufus, you know, you went to visit the White House, invited by the president. You took Rufus with you. Now Rufus is known by the world because he made a White House visit. You know, not only did he make a visit, he did something that cracked everybody up, and everybody was just laughing and tripping and loved Rufus while he was there. Now you got other things, plus you've been had other things going on, is the reason why the White House, you know, acknowledged you and Rufus. You know, you had other little social things, social media things going on. Why can you let anybody determine when you calling your dog or when you saying that's a bloodline or your bloodline? A lot of y'all boys been breeding for 10, 15, 20 years, the same dogs, and you don't even consider it your blood yet. And because you don't consider your dogs your blood, you'll get stepped to the next brother and you'll say, oh this and oh that, judging and giving him the information because of how you ran your system. And at the end of the day, your bloodline can start with the moment you put your hand on that puppy. When you get that puppy, if you're going to make a name for that dog and yourself, that's a wrap. All that other stuff you're talking about, it don't matter about none of that stuff. You know, it don't matter about no pedigrees, no none of that. No generations, no none of that when it comes to starting your own, whatever they want to call it. You know, whatever name y'all want to put on it, only thing that matters is when you lay your hand on that dog, you make a name for that dog. You know? A name for it. What's the difference in the name? Red boy, mellow yellow, buck, Jeep, Chinaman. What's the difference? It's all a name. Those names have nothing to do with the dog genetically. It's just a freaking name that the brother who owned the dog gave the dog. Yo, well, not everybody. Some brothers act like there's something more to the red boy name besides a name. Something more than any of these dogs besides a name. How long did you think Red Boy had a name? Red Boy had a name. You think that man waited 5, 10 years before he made Red Boy a name? These folk these folk had dogs that had names before they even made one breeding. They didn't even make one breeding. A lot of them didn't even go in the box like that. But they had names for their dogs, and they turned them to bloodlines. Red Boy had a whole bloodline, and he ain't even a champion before he made puppies. Old Red Boy dog, that old Red Boy dog, that old Red Boy dog. So if he didn't make puppies and he wasn't a champion, what the heck is you waiting on? You waiting on verification from who, my brother? From who? Because even though I tell you these stories, it's all, you don't know if I'm lying or not. At the end of the day, big salute to GHK, man. Big salute to GHK. Like GHK, man, say, man, I'm staying back here where I can talk about these stories. I'm staying back here. We ain't coming up in the modern day time. I'm staying back here where I'm safe, where I can talk about it at. At the end of the day, cause we got some dog talk to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We got some dog talk to talk about. But I just wanted to speak on why I don't rely on my pedigrees. Why I don't run around saying, oh, I got to walk. I got a PBK. You know what I'm saying? Walker Reds. First time, only time this breeding was made. Last of the Mohicans, like I said. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to ride off of Rattler and the rest of them dogs in my ped and all these other dogs and all them champions in the background. I'm not trying to ride off none of them. Doing my own thing. Thingy. And if you want to see the ped, this is what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, and if a brother feel like that's disrespect, ain't no disrespect. I just respecting myself. Taking pride in myself. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Everybody have their era. Everybody have their time to make their name. It ain't Sister Bella. It ain't Sister Bella's fault that you don't want to make your name. It ain't my brothers down in South Africa fault that you don't want to take pride in what you call yourself. Scatterbread. They don't want to take pride in their joint, Scatterbread. I don't know what we're going to do with them, big dog. City Boy Kennels. They don't want to take pride in it, homie. It just is what it is, man. What makes you feel better calling it a Garner dog or calling it an Old Yellow or Samurai dog? Whichever one he wants you to call it. What makes you feel better? You feel like you getting more recognition by calling it a Garner? What makes you feel better by calling it a walk instead of a PBK? Because you feel like you're going to get more recognition by calling it that? That's why I'm here today, to put my name down, my foot down, and represent my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a bloodline. Even the dogs with no papers got bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm going to treat my dog, like they ain't got no papers. They ain't got no papers. All I know, I got them from the dog pound. They red nose, yellow dogs, yellow color. Some of them orange, some of them buckskin, different colors. I don't care what color it is. I'm just going to represent them like they ain't got no papers. But every single brother that watch my videos, or like the dogs, and you feel like, one of my dogs will be a good fit for your household, I got papers, but I got to make this clear and say this for your ignorant bunch, not necessarily your ignorant bunch, but your lack of confidence bunch. The brothers who lack confidence to come up here and step up and say, I'm going to be that dude today. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to fall back and say, oh, these dogs, these epinates, these epinates. I got that epinate stuff over here for you in my kennel name. You know what I'm saying? Blackout Kennels. You know what I'm saying? I'm Blackout Kennels, but every time I talk about my dogs, I'm screaming epinate. 10 years down the line, they still don't even know who Blackout Kennels is. You know what I'm saying? All they know is epinate. That's all they know. Take pride, my brothers. Take pride. Now I'll say this. If you don't take pride in your stock, my brother, who do you think gonna take pride in it? And I'm gonna send a big shout out to my fam out there. he had some dogs back in the days that he used to call the paper killers. You know, paper killers, because them boys don't care nothing about papers. My family used to have some dogs back in the days he used to call paper killers. And that's what you call taking pride in your stock, man. You know, you don't care about all that stuff in the background. Take pride in your stock and what you got and what you breeding up. Once you learn that, man, it's just easy. It is what it is. Now, my brothers and my sisters, you know, Core Kennels is the issue here. You know, the issue is not me when it comes to Thompson. I don't really, like I said before, I really have nothing to say. You know, I'm just putting out the news. You know, Core Kennels is the issue. The man needs his money for Black City. You know, you want to beat around the bush. You want to talk about this and talk about that and make all these jokes and cracks. And who's here cracking? Nobody's here cracking. We are dead serious. We need that money for Black City. You know, we need that money for Black City. And like I said, you know, you can give it to me or you can give it to him. One or the other. Need that money for Black City. And then we talk about Sosa. You trick them folk out of Sosa. And like I said before, you know, I see they got a whole fresh 5-man panel up there yesterday, right? You got Kendrick Kennels come up there talking about, well, Kendrick rather, not Kennels. Kendrick, which is Thompson Kennels, KP, breeding all that bullshit, you know? So they had to bring the whole team up there because they're on the brink of extinction. Rocking with the Bay, you on the brink of extinction. I told y'all I'm in the business of shutting down this month. You know, I'm in that business this month. But check it out, right? Kendrick, you know, you can tell a dummy by how he talk. And I'm going to tell you what you said. You say, ain't that's the dude Triple J made take his videos down? Now, let me explain something to our brothers. How you listen to what people say and you just handle it from there. Now, he's saying, ain't I'm the guy who Triple J made take the videos down. And we all know, Triple J can't sue nobody for saying anything about Triple J because that ain't his name. You know, common sense, right? But then common sense tell me, you know, Kendrick, D Slim, you know, that's the guy. Y'all don't know who he is. He's a petty guy, a petty tuber, the one that keep his face covered up with the handkerchief all the time. All of them just sit back and talk because that's the same thing he was talking. I took Triple J videos down. You know, stop hating little dogs. You know, and like I said, Kendrick, you got a bigger problem. You and Thompson be able to figure out how to breed that stuff and selling people that stuff and lying to them like you know what it's coming down off of. Talking about pure red boy Jocko and you don't know nothing about none of the dogs in the pedigree. You know, tell that man the truth. You know, BK in the house today. Brooklyn, shout out to all my folk in Flatbush, you know, all my folk, Crown Heights, Fort Greene, Red Hook, you know, all my folk in Brownsville, you know, all my folk in South Jamaica, Queens, you know, from the top of God Brewer to the bottom, all my folk in Farmers, you know what I'm saying, all my folk on Farmers Boulevard, I meant to say, all my folk in Far Rockaway, you know, salute to everybody. But one thing we ain't gonna do, you know, is worry about somebody who out here stealing dogs. And when we say stealing, like I said before, stealing don't always mean going out here, taking a man's dog off the leash and running with it while he in the house sleep. You know, if I tell you I'm gonna give you something and then I don't give it to you, that's stealing my dog. You know, where my money at? I can't get my money? No, you ain't get your money. This my dog, chump. This my dog. Listen here, Thompson, 5 years max, boy. Your whole dog ain't washed up. That's why you're bringing Kendrick and all these other brothers came out here on the panel with you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're bringing a whole fresh panel. Man, I'm smoking them 5 at a time now, my brothers and sisters. Salute to y'all out there, them real dog lovers, man. At the end of the day, man, it's light work. Light work, sure enough. You know, light work, Mad Max. You know, City Boy, it's light work, big dog. You know, Marcel, light work. Hey, salute to my brother Marcel up there with them red boy Jocko, Mayday dogs, Termite coming off of Mr. Loomis stuff. Not Termite. Whatever line Mr. Lomas was running, Mr. Mike Lomas, running that stuff. Big salute to you, fam. You know, and that Termite stuff that you got up there. You know what I'm saying? And your KP that you rock with, but I ain't gonna say his name because that's how we doing it on the bait. You know, he know who I'm talking to. Salute to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And we just talking that dog talk, man. And like I said, there's no reason for nobody to get mad. We just need this money back for Black Sealy. You know, not back, but we need all the money. And the man want to know what you gonna do about that Sosa dog. You know, you just gonna keep stealing people dogs, right? Ain't nobody giving you their ID. I'm gonna make sure of that. Nobody in America call Thompson Kennels to give him your ID, because I know you can get them same exact dogs from another brother that you ain't got to go through all that stuff for. And he gonna be a better dog man. And he ain't gonna ride you around the city in circles getting you dizzy, trying to get you lost, think you confused. Ain't that many people got dogs around the airport, boy. Is you crazy? Or is you just that damn dumb? You know, just that dumb. We gonna make you move your yard. That's what we gonna do. You wanna take pictures of yours, we gonna make you move yours. You know, when the boys find that shit by the airport and you thinking it's 100, when you think it's New York, you still think it's New York where you got 100,000 people with dogs probably around the airport? No, fam. You the only one with them dogs around that airport. It ain't gonna be hard to find you. You know, it just is what it is. But at the end of the day, you, Kendrick, y'all boys gotta stop getting mad because y'all out here stealing people's stuff. You know, when you getting the dogs, you stealing them, you taking them to Kendrick house. You know, hey, Kendrick, go find your little flunky D Slim. Tell him I'm out here balling. You know what I'm saying? Tell him to get his weight up. You know, tell him to get his weight up, man. You know, and when I say balling, I ain't talking about with the cash. I'm talking about on a roll. I'm on a roll on y'all flunkies, man. That's what I'm talking about. You know, getting views off you. You know, stuff y'all can't do without mentioning the bait. You know, I ain't out here stealing people dogs. You know what I'm saying? You might heard, a brother might say, oh, I gave you a Kurt. That's cool. You get them time to time. But you ain't gonna have one to come up and say Pelican Bay K9, Pelican Bay Dog Talking TV, Pelican Bay Kennels, Hirsch, stole a dog from me. You know, no sirree. No, man. I work. That's why I tell brothers, you don't know what it is, you know, to give your last to go get a dog, but you know, that's like an addiction, you know, like a problem. Man, I got $1,500 in my pocket and I'm about to go spend that on a dog. You know, I'll get it back. I'm about to go spend that on a dog. See, you don't know nothing about none of that type of stuff, Thomas. What you do is you act like you gonna spend the 15, give the man $250 and then try to pocket it. Give the man $500 and try to pocket the rest. Try to bogart the man. But Kennels Kennels would like his money for Black Sealy. You know, and all the brothers and sisters out there need to understand that this brother has a dog that he hasn't paid for, that he's put papers on because he didn't get the papers for the dang on dog. You know, put the papers on him. The dog seems to be well bred. You know, dog seems to be well bred. But I gotta be, now, Kors, I'm riding with you now. I'm riding with you because honesty is honesty, right? But at the end of the day, it's a lot of that bootleg stuff back up in there. You know, all that stuff coming down off that tent. Big homie from Brooklyn. You know, check it out, right? All my Brooklyn folk, my New York folk that may not be familiar with certain things. Some of that yellow stuff ain't real. You know, it ain't the real stuff. Yellow died in 1992. and what? No, he ain't had no sperm bringing it along, talking about 2002, he got a dog coming off yellow. 2000, he got a dog coming off yellow. No, man, whatever wasn't born in 1992, they ain't off yellow. My brothers from the city, you know, that's what I'm trying to tell brothers when I say bootleg. It's not that I'm hating on dogs. I'm giving you the honest truth, but you don't want it. You want to beat around the bush, and I don't care where brothers from, South Carolina, North Carolina. If you got them yellow dogs and it ain't come from yellow when he was 1992 before he died, they ain't the real dogs coming directly off yellow. Might be off yellow sons, you know, might be off his daughters, but they're not off him. That's all I'm saying, you know, when it comes to bootleg. And I'm not saying they're not off yellow, period. Got yellow genetics in them somewhere, you know, but I'm saying the dogs that come off that later yellow stuff ain't real. You know, there's no telling what they're coming off of. They might be coming off yellow. They might be coming off a Rottweiler. They might be coming off a bull mastiff. The man done told you that David Tant had all kind of dogs in his damn yard. Y'all done got black dogs with bobtails. Y'all done got black dogs off yellow and all other kind of dogs, and you're making excuses for it. The man told you what the hell Tant had. You ain't want to accept it. You know, you don't want to accept it. You know, but I believe the brother. You know, I believe that brother. He ain't no reason to lie. But it just is what it is. We ain't talking about that right now. We talking about these brothers talking about, oh, this is a pure red boy Jocko dog, straight up lying to this woman like you know about these bloods and talk about this rare and this and that. And man, come on, man. You can't even explain nothing to that woman about that red boy Jocko stuff past that paper that you had in your hand. You know, how to sign it and fill it out. You know. And these brothers need 5-man panels to each one of them to say 2 minutes of shit talking when it come to me. And none of y'all ain't talking about nothing. All we want is our money for them dogs you stole, Thompson. That's all it is. Brothers ain't tripping on nothing else, dog. You know, we done got your boots laced up across the power line. We ain't tripping on nothing violent. I don't want your old lady. No, none of that. You know. You probably got her over there brainwashed. You know, like I said, man, make all the videos you want, make all the cracks and jokes you want, say what's on your mind, but just know we need that money for Black Sealy, Kennels Kennels, you know, to be correct, because I like to come with the facts. Kennels Kennels need that money for Black Sealy, you know. And Kendrick, I don't know what to tell him. You know, he need to go sit down some damn well. You know, go sit down somewhere, man. Like I said, go find D Slim and the rest of them bums, man, and tell them PBK9 is rocking this shit. And do something about it, fam. You know, it just is what it is, you know. Now, let me just discuss this, my brothers, you know. Because the guy Thompson said there's a difference between city and country dogs. Another ignorant statement made by ignorance. First, he told you the dogs are activated. These dogs are activated by me picking up a ball. Activated. I never heard a dog being activated in my life. Or no kind of, is he activated? What activated? What the hell? That's a term he made up. That ain't a training term or no kind of term. He's activated. My dogs be activated from the time they come out the womb. I don't know what he talking about. You know, mine activated from the time they come out the womb. But like I said, more terms that brothers trying to use and pull over people's eyes that may not know about dogs, and you may think this stuff is right. You know, no difference between the city and the country, dog. You know, and I'm gonna give my brothers and sisters down in the chat a quick second to respond before I get his answer. The difference between the city and the country, dog. It's no different than the city, from the city and the country, dog. See, I spoke on this a while back, so it don't make me no difference to touch up on it again. You know, to touch up on it again. It ain't the city and the country dog, it's the city and the country man. See, it ain't the dog that's going to be different because you got him in the city or the country. It's what you do with that dog when he's in the city and when he's in the country. See, the man in the country, if he, what I like to say, the example I like to use, the dog that's in the country on the yard, on a big yard, that's just chained up and never leaves off the chain. You know, that's going to be different than a dog that you bring and you have them with you on a daily basis. You know, it goes to the man. What is the man doing with the dog? You know, it's the dog is the same dog. If I get a dog from the country, you know, and I bring him to the city, and I always tell my brothers this and told my brothers this, I can get certain things out of certain dogs that other brothers couldn't get out their own dogs because I'm doing things they not doing with their dogs. Their dogs not doing nothing different. I'm doing something different. I'm bringing out, hold up. We activating. We activating certain things. You know what I'm saying? You gonna help me out, Thompson. You gonna help me. You gonna help me. We activating some things, see? He was on that chain, jumping, running, activated, whatever they call it, running around, same dog. But another man get him, take him to the city limits. Now I got him with me every day. We going to the corner store. We going to my homeboy house. We going here. We going there. He hearing horns blow. He hearing this. He hearing that. It's nothing different between the city and the country dog. It's what the man do with the dog. Understand that. You know, it's nothing different. Now, my dog's so used to the city. But guess what? My dog ain't used to, my brothers and sisters. And I can prove this to you. My dog ain't used to waves. You know, see, a lot of dogs can swim in rivers, in still water. But see, when them waves coming at your dog, a lot of dogs get scared of them waves. A lot of dogs won't run into the waves. They'll run in the water, but it's a difference. The waves making noise and they coming towards them. That dog not stupid. You know? So my dog raised in the city, but when I take him to the beach, it's a whole different ball game. He in a different atmosphere, you know? And I'm not talking about the beach city. I'm talking about the actual sand where the water's at. He can be from the city all day, but when I take him to that water, you know, it just what I have him used to. The man. Now, if you got a man who have his dog on the beach every single day, you know, he gonna be used to it. It's the man with the dog. It ain't the dog, my brothers. Understand that. But a puppy peddler trying to tell you that, but we ain't gonna let that fake stuff keep floating around here in this dog community, my brothers and sisters. You know, it just is what it is. Now, my brothers, you know, I want to address another issue. You know, the brother Thompson was saying, I try to befriend him so I can get some dogs. You know, I just got to be honest with you, my brother. You know, like me and my partners was talking. You know, I got to just be honest with you, fam. I didn't come on this dog thing looking to buy dogs. You know, I'm already set. You know what I'm saying? I'm already good with dogs. Like I told you, I'm not looking to start another line of dogs. Like, I gotta go find the best Jeep. Dog, I'm good over here. You know, when I came to this thing, I already had a line of dogs 10 years ago that I was rocking with. You know, 15 years ago that I was rocking with. Like, I'm good, man. You know, I befriend you to get a dog. For one, I'm gonna be honest with you, Thompson. No cracking, no joking. You know, I was never a black dog fan back in the days. A couple of reasons. You seen that video I showed you a couple days ago with them scars on that black dog? I don't like black dogs for that main reason. You know, that main reason that they just show their scars too much. And the other reason was the black dogs didn't come in the bloodlines that I was running. You know, but now that brothers making other kind of crosses, you know, they are coming in different lines. You know, you got the Corolla stuff and different other kind of dogs and the Big John stuff coming in the black. You got all different kind of stuff because brothers is making crosses. You know, but your dogs drew my attention because it's not my style, big homie. You know, you say pure red boy Jocko, but you can't say that to a brother like us over here because we run the real pure red boy Jocko. You got the bootleg stuff. You know, these brothers over here running Deadlift, Big John, Mayday, you know, all them other kind of yellow dogs. Dogs coming down, Toro, you know, dogs coming down off yellow, but not that modern day stuff. You know what I'm saying? So your dogs don't attract me, fam. To make that kind of lie up. Don't make a lie up just to hear yourself talking about some dogs. That's the problem we having now, man. You know, you ain't keeping it 100 with it. That's the whole problem we having. Like, you lying to these folk. You trying to get brothers where they have to deal with you through their female, through their lady companions. And then when they deal with you through their lady companions, you going to railroad the ladies because you know you can flim-flam them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, my brothers and my sisters across the United States, from California, Compton, California, from the farthest west side of California to South Carolina to that beach coast over there. Do not give that brother your identification to buy a dog. There's plenty of dogs around that brother that you don't have to get them, and they better than them dogs. Probably bred just like them. And if you want the same ones, I could get you the same ones through other brothers who gonna treat you a whole lot better. Ain't gonna try to run that fast city slick and talk shit on you. And like I said, Black Sealy, Sosa, we all know now, from one side of the world to the other. We all know that you ain't did Sosa right, and you ain't finished playing for Black Sealy. And you told that lady that you was gonna refund her if she couldn't handle the dog when she brought him back to you. She brought him back to you. Only refund she got was a pocket full of lint. And when a man tried to correct the situation, you told him he don't exist. Basically. And that's why we at this point where we at today. My brothers and my sisters out there learning where the crooks at. My young brothers, my young jits out there that's trying to get up in this dog game and trying to get the right dog. Stay away from people like that, man. Stay away from people like that, Lamonte and Fat Bird. You got to stay away from brothers like Thompson, Kennels. They only going to lead you down the wrong direction. And you're going to waste 10, 15 years breeding dogs the way he telling you to breed them. It ain't going to be what you want, man. Salute to my fam, Lamonte Kennels, with that litter coming down all Rose and Daniel out there. Salute to you, my brothers. It just is what it is, man. Got to represent for them young bucks out there. The generation that's going to hold this thing down, man. Like I said, I'll never befriend you to buy a dog, Thompson. You don't got the kind of dogs that draw my interest. I'm from the old school, fam. I'm in the chitlin circuit. I don't buy dogs from you. I go buy dogs from people at least 70, 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm talking about if I was just looking to go get something from you and you talking about yellow. I'm not buying that stuff from you, man. For one, it's like me buying hot sauce from Texas Pete being made in New York City. How them boys say, New York City? No disrespect to my New York brothers. But why would I buy a dog from a New York dude who moved to South Carolina when I came up around the yellow dogs? It don't make sense. I came up around the real yellow dogs. I'm so much real yellow dogs, I'm about to say this, and they may get mad. That fatty sperm, Team Georgia, that fatty sperm you got, don't throw fatty dogs. I don't know where you got that sperm from, Team Georgia, or whoever got that sperm off of Champion Fatty. Them dogs that's coming down off that Champion Fatty stuff that you got spread around, them ain't fatty dogs. I had seen fatty dogs. Them not fatty dogs. I don't care what you say and who get mad. Just another brother out here selling dogs. And if you don't know how these dogs look back in the days, you ain't going to be able to combat the situation. I seen fatty dogs, plenty fatty dogs, not just Sambo, plenty of fatty dogs cross different ways. That stuff that's out there fatty now, only ones I can say got it is holler at your boy with that stuff coming down off of that stuff that Shady had back in the days, And that Cujo dog. That stuff that Shady had and that Cujo dog is the only real toe jam that I can say is floating around. South Carolina. I seen the offspring of these dogs that they saying coming off fatty. Them ain't no fatty dogs, man. Much as we dealt with that fatty stuff, man, listen, I know a fatty dog when I see one. And I ain't seen one yet. And I've been told brothers, why the hell a dog from the 90s and you ain't got no studs off this dog? Where the champions off of fatty sperm since Eric got out the game, Crossroad got out the game? Where it haven't been one champion yet off of champion fatty? But yet y'all want me to believe it's some sperm floating around off a champion fatty. And ain't not one champion in 20 years off of them, off of sperm. They've been doing sperm for the last 20 years off of them. Not one champion. Shit me, I ain't gassed up to go spending my money off any and everything. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Like I said, it ain't my fault you invested in a whole bunch of shit it ain't really what it is. Thompson, Kendrick, and whoever else. You know, you stop taking people's dogs. You stop having bad business. You don't have to worry about all this stuff. Y'all brothers know last night when we went live, Buck City came into live. You know, he came to report for Thompson. He was in live with Thompson at the same exact time. He came into our live and he ran. And that's why we said he never came back, because he went back to the live. He was just coming in our chat to report, to tell what we had going on over there, to go back and report. If that's not feminine traits, those aren't feminine traits, my brothers. You know, don't waste your time. Feminine traits. When I say don't waste your time, don't waste your money. You know, that's why they mad about sales stop. All kind of stuff done stopped in the past 6 months for Buck. And Thompson, he finished. He'll sell some dogs because he got healthy dogs, you know, and somebody will like him. Like I said, his problem ain't his dogs. His problem is his business. He like to steal. He like to take your ID in case he got to go turn it in to the police department. You know, take your ID, my brother. Like I told my brothers and sisters, which one of y'all want to be the ones that have y'all IDs in somebody's house when the man go there and get them dog papers out the house? And y'all ID stacked up in there with them dog papers. Which one of y'all want y'all ID to be in there? You know? You better think about that, man. Girl or man. You know, think about it. Just because you're a female don't mean you want your ID to be stuck. You know how many, man, listen here, this brother from New York. Them brothers got so many scams they do. You might try to go get taxes and all kind of stuff off my ID. You know, you might try to get a whole new business running and all kind of stuff off my ID. A whole nother identification off my ID. Man, is y'all crazy? Don't ever leave your ID with anybody, like I said in the last video. And definitely, you know, it just is what it is, my New York brothers and sisters. You know, y'all bad at that type of stuff. Credit card machines, all kind of stuff. You rig up all kind of, y'all brothers, y'all bad at rigging up stuff with a brother ID. So, Thompson, you know you always want to scream Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. I told you it ain't where you at. We don't give a damn about no damn Brooklyn down here. Brooklyn can't help you down here, big dog. These folk down here swallow you up and Brooklyn can't do a damn thing, you know, about it. Had them little black silly dogs floating all over the Carolinas and Tennessee and Georgia. Boys calling me now they need papers. Hey, man. Yo, like, I don't know what to tell them brothers, man. They just jokes to me, man. They just jokes to me. And how they handle themselves is jokes to me. You know, how they handle themselves. And like I said, you wanna do some arguing, you wanna do some talking, man. Talk me about them pedigrees y'all got. You know, break them pedigrees y'all got, Thompson, that you was breaking down to that lady on that video. Break it down for me. Let's talk pedigrees and see what kind of percentages you know and different things. I'm kind of convinced. You know, all thing you know how to do is talk trash. You don't know nothing about them dogs. Salute the Cayman up there, man, with the line of dogs he running. Cause I looked in the pedigree of that dog, had the Cayman stuff in it. And when you say it was a pure Red Boy Jocko, all the dogs was coming off of supposedly Red Boy Jocko dogs from different families, you know. But it's all, half of it was bootleg. I don't know about the Cayman stuff, but the other stuff off the Tant stuff, if his stuff coming off Tant, that's bootleg. You know, bootleg, I don't care who got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if my homeboy down the street got it. If it ain't coming from the yellow that was born and died in 1992, your shit is bootleg. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. You know, you want to lie, you got to go to the other channel over there. The other channel gonna feed you a lie and make you feel and butter you up and make you feel good. But I ain't trying to do that over here. You know, we ain't trying to do it, man. But y'all check them videos out, man, that I dropped earlier. Like I said about the dog attack. Y'all check them videos out if you want to see the interrogation video or the actual live court proceeding as far as the sentencing process. Y'all check all that stuff out, man, for the folk that's interested in that case, you know. Hold up, man. Hold up. Them boys want IDs. Only ID I show you, you fool, is what a real yellow dog look like. You know, what a real yellow dog look like. That's only the ID I'm gonna show you. You know, I ain't showing you the other one. Y'all better stop letting that joker fool y'all to show y'all IDs, man. Ain't nobody doing that, I promise y'all. I don't want your ID lingering around my house. You know, them folk gonna start saying, what I got your ID for? That's the main thing. I don't want your ID. You know? You gotta watch that brother. He from up north and he brag about it too much. Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. Let us find out you over there with them credit card scams and all that type of stuff with these brothers' IDs. Y'all brothers start down paying attention to y'all bank accounts and all kind of stuff. Y'all done gave them IDs 5, 10 years ago and different things, man. Pay attention to stuff. You might not lost it then. They still got your ID. You ain't gonna miss it 5 years later. Then somebody filing taxes, filing this, and man, listen here. Pay attention, my brother. That's all I'm telling you. When you put your ID in somebody else's hand, they got total control over your life. Simple as that. You know. If it ain't the DMV, a police officer pulling you over, well, you got to give him your license. A job interview, or you going to pick up the check, or you cashing the check, or something like that. What the hell I'm giving you my ID for to purchase a dang on dog? What's the excuse that you can give me that you need my ID to purchase a dog? I mean, like truly, what's the excuse you can give me that you need my identification to purchase a dog from you? You more worried about my actual card than my actual personality. You see, you more worried about getting my information or my legal stuff than you is my personality. And like I told y'all brothers, that ID ain't for nothing but something they trying to rig up over there, or either when the dog gets stolen, they gonna take them IDs down there to the police station. And then they get back up on YouTube talking a bunch of gangster stuff. You know, see them every day. Y'all the type of brothers see and run through every day. You talk gangster until the gangster shit really pop off and you ain't doing nothing. You know, but going to the man, telling the man everything that ain't gonna happen. You know, telling him everything that happened. Seeing brothers like y'all every day. That's why I don't mind cutting through your little soft ass butter. You know, like I told Thompson, he is just straight dog food. He is straight food, staying in Charleston, talking all that trash, screaming that Brooklyn shit. Straight food. And he know it. He know it. Nah, he don't know it because he don't know Charleston. You know, he don't know it. He been there, but he ain't been there. You know, but like I said, man, y'all brothers got to stop getting mad. All I do is deliver the news, you know. Straighten yourselves up. Everybody got to do it straight, you know. When I do these shows, when brothers say, oh, they want to send me this or send me that or send me this deposits, brothers have to understand, right? You have to understand. Just by me doing my shows alone guarantees that your deposit is in a safe place. You know, and I'm going to explain this to you. You know, taking that little bit of money from you is not more important than me getting up here running my program. You know what I'm saying? I want to take that little bit of money for you, and it's going to cause problems with me over here with my program. You know? So it's like, it's an automatic. Oh, what I need somebody to jump up here talking about, oh, PBK bad with business, PBK bad with business, PBK bad with business. You know? Nah. But yeah, man, I just got to keep giving it to my brothers. You know, I got them. I ain't gonna be able to be here too much longer because I got them yellow dogs over there starting to wake up, and you're gonna be able to hear them in the background as you can hear. So man, y'all stay legal out there. Y'all stay safe out there. Y'all remember where y'all get it from, man. Y'all remember what they gonna hate. They gonna hate, but they still gonna play. Like I always tell you, some gonna like it, some ain't, man. You know, you want to stop. You want to hate the man bringing you the news, like Pac say. You want to hate the man bringing you the news, but you won't hate the people that's making the news. You know, you want to stop the problem, stop the folk that making the news. If you want to make it better, but it is what it is, man. You know, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal out there, and remember, PBK9s give it to you, raw and uncut, fair and unbiased. Y'all stay legal, and we out.